Right now at noon, evacuation still underway near Portage after increased erosion along the Caledonia levee. And another blast in Sri Lanka one day after hundreds of people were killed in church bombings.
From the Channel3000.com Alert Center, this is News 3 Now at noon.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Mark Kane. Thanks for tuning in to News 3 Now on this Monday. Hope you all had a nice weekend out there. Beautiful weather, as opposed to what we are about to experience. Meteorologist Chris Reese in the Weather Center. Looks like some rain is falling on some people watching right now.
Yeah, that's right. I'm actually tracking some thunderstorms into the area, Mark. And if you look behind me, you already see the sky starting to darken up. This is our station camera looking to the west. You do see the cloud cover on the horizon. What we have coming in right now is not necessarily the main show. That's going to move in later on. But we do have this weak little line starting to move into western parts of the area. That just moved through Lone Rock. And now that is starting to impact places such as Sauk City, Mount Horeb, Cross Plains, and those parts of western Dane County as that begins to work its way towards the north and east. But it is moving into an environment that is unstable a little bit. And so this is why we do have that marginal risk for severe storms as we go into the afternoon and evening. So we're going to be watching that. I do think that is just round one. I do think more showers and thunderstorms will develop, especially as we get you towards that 6 and 7 o'clock hour. So here is Future Track, just kind of showing you where some of those showers and thunderstorms could be around 6 o'clock, and then some heavy rain as that works its way towards the north and east. Now, in the meantime, if you are not under the rain, it is cloudy. Temperatures are into the low 70s. We're going to keep that strong south wind around as well, with more rain chances as we go through the afternoon and evening. So I hope you soaked up that dry weather while you had the chance, because things are about to take a little bit of a different turn for us.
All right, we'll keep an eye on that. We'll see you in a few minutes, Chris.
All right,
thank you.
Sounds good.
The Columbia County Sheriff's Office is getting reports of increased erosion along the Caledonia levee in Portage. The Department of Natural Resources is monitoring the levee since the river reached major flood stage late Saturday afternoon. They discovered last night that areas of seepage had worsened and weakened the levee. Because of this, they closed an 8-mile stretch of levee road from the intersection with Fairfield Street to Columbia County to the intersection of Shep Park Road in Sauk County. Residents along this section of road were told to evacuate. As of this morning, the Wisconsin River dropped below 20 feet, but that is still considered major flood stage, and officials say with the rain in the forecast this week, it could slow the receding process. 2 people are dead after a crash in Grant County. Deputies say it happened around 2:40 Sunday morning on Route 66 in Wingville Township. That's just outside of Montfort. Officials say a car driven by 50-year-old George McNeese of Independence, Iowa, was attempting to turn and lost control of his vehicle. He hit a tree. McNeese and his passenger, 42-year-old Christian Stratman, were thrown from the vehicle and pronounced dead at the scene. Deputies believe speed is a factor in the crash. It remains under investigation. And an investigation is underway in Marquette County after one person was found after a structure fire. The Marquette County Sheriff's Office received a call of a structure fire on Cass Street in Montello around 2 Saturday afternoon. When they arrived, the structure was engulfed in flames. Deputies say a person was found inside the house deceased. The death and the fire remain under investigation. And due to tonight's rainy forecast, the Verona Road traffic switch will be postponed to Tuesday night. Delays are expected on Verona Road starting Wednesday morning after southbound traffic shifts onto the new southbound interchange ramps from Williamsburg Way to McKee Road. The Verona Road and Williamsburg Way intersection will also partially close starting Wednesday morning. Only right turns in and out of that intersection will be allowed as crews build a bridge there. That's expected to last until sometime in July. Another explosion has rocked Sri Lanka's capital city. A van exploded as police were trying to defuse a bomb. It happened outside a church where a blast killed worshipers the day before. Nearly 300 people were killed, including several Americans.
This is a very sad moment. This is a very cowardly attack. And it's not just an attack, it's a very gruesome attack on humanity.
Sri Lankan special forces raided several places in the capital of the Colombo arresting 24 people. At the Vatican, Pope Francis condemned the terror attacks and offered prayers for the victims. President Trump is suing House Oversight Chair Elijah Cummings to block a subpoena that seeks years of the president's financial records. The lawsuit argues Congress doesn't have the power to investigate, saying, quote, Article 1 of the Constitution does not contain an investigations clause or an oversights clause. Cummings issued the subpoenas earlier this month. Meanwhile, President Trump and First Lady Melania welcomed hundreds of families in their Easter best to the time-honored egg roll at the White House. New to the egg roll this year, musical eggs and Be Best hopscotch. In recognition of the First Lady's Be Best campaign, children will also have the opportunity to spread kindness by mailing postcards to anyone they choose. And there's more to come on News 3 Now at noon. Up next, we'll see what Howard's working on in the Mr. Food Test Kitchen.
It's Earth Day, and to celebrate, we're cooking up a veg that grows underground. And the way we're making it might surprise you. Stick around. Today is Earth Day, a day when the whole world comes together to celebrate the Earth and show support for protecting it. And whether that means you plant a tree, pitch in to clean up a beach, or get involved in a fundraiser to help protect our environment, I want to thank you. So in honor of the day, we thought it'd be appropriate to share a recipe that showcases a vegetable that grows underground. It's these sweet onions, and watch what we do with them. We start by trimming both ends of 3 large sweet onions. And even though it's tempting to peel them, make sure you leave the skins on these. Next, we place each onion on a piece of foil, drizzle them with olive oil, season them with salt and pepper, and top each one with a sprig or 2 of fresh thyme. Then we'll wrap them loosely and pop them in the oven to slow roast until they're super tender. After these come out and you unwrap them, simply peel back the skin and dig in. Thanks to our slow roasting method, Every onioning bite features that creamy, sweet, buttery texture that we love. The recipe for our roasted sweet onions is online now and is perfect for Earth Day or any day. I'm Howard in the Mr. Food Test Kitchen, where today we found a straight from the Earth way for you to say, ooh, it's so good.
Happy Earth Day, Howard. There's more to come on News 3 Now at noon. Up next, meteorologist Chris Reese is tracking some storms that are moving in. That's next in your first alert forecast. Our call for action phone bank is open right now, ready to take on your consumer issues. You can call our hotline. Volunteers will help you with any consumer complaints. The number is 608-270-2833. The service is open every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday between 11 and 1. Let's check Wall Street at the noon hour. The Dow Industrials are down 28 points. The NASDAQ, however, is managing a 5-point gain. The S&P 500 is up a little over a point. Let's check in now with Q106 Farm Director Pam Yankee on this Monday. You have a nice weekend?
Yes, very much. Enjoyed all the warm weather. I saw a lot of folks that were out and about, and that includes our Wisconsin farmers. It's getting to be that time of the year, Mark, where I have to jump on my soapbox and just start reminding folks you're going to be sharing the roadways with a lot of farm equipment here pretty soon. I saw over the weekend there were a lot of farms that were doing cleanup around the barnyard, making sure that they're spreading manure out on those farm fields. They're going to need that fertilizer, something to try to help them with the bills this year. And, of course, then pretty quick we're going to start to see some of the big equipment out there, spring planting on the way. We'll find out later this afternoon from the Wisconsin Ag Statistical Service just exactly what kind of work got done in Wisconsin fields over the past 7 days' time. I don't think we saw a tremendous amount of activity, but boy, it's just nice to be able to have sunshine on your face and get out there in the tractor cab no matter what your job may be. But like I said, going to have to exercise a lot of caution on rural roadways. I see that the one crop that is always plentiful in Wisconsin are construction cones and barrels. They're popping up out there, so that will also kind of complicate matters. The markets today in Chicago are kind of keeping an eye on what's going on with the weather. We're trending lower on the midday, especially our wheat contracts. The wheat crop is not having any problems as far as any winter damage done across the plain states. So we continue to kind of keep looking at the international marketplace and where we're going to send that wheat. So corn, beans, and wheat, a little bit softer as we start off this week after the 3-day weekend. Same situation as far as our dairy markets are concerned. It's a mixed trend. Tomorrow at the Wisconsin Department of Agriculture, they're going to have their annual dairy exchange where they bring some of the dairy experts from around the state together to share updates on what's happening in any particular division. I'm going to swing over there and see what they've got to say. Barrel cheese was up 6 cents today at $1.57.5. That's after losing 7.5 last week. 40-pound black cheese on Monday up 0.75 cents at $1.67.5. Double A butter today down just 1 1/4 at $2.27 a pound. So yeah, it'll be Department of Agriculture tomorrow. Wisconsin Ag Secretary designee Brad Paff is going to be one of the folks on the agenda. He's still waiting to be finally confirmed as our Wisconsin Ag Secretary. So a couple of unfinished business items there.
All right, and some rain on the way for today, so maybe the field work will be put on pause.
Yeah, well, everybody feels comfortable bringing the rain gauges out, though, now with these kind of warm temperatures. I had people that were worried it was going to crack if we had another downturn temperature-wise.
I put the shovel away finally on the patio.
There you go,
There you
buddy.
go. So
I'll put my ice scraper away then, too.
All right. See you later, Pam. Thank you.
Yep.
Chris is here now, and we got some rain moving in.
Yeah, that's right, Mark. We've actually tracked some showers and even some thunderstorms as we've gone through the past hour. These now moving in from the west. This is probably round one of a couple rounds that'll come in. Right now, this is around Madison and especially the west side of Dane County going up through the Dells as we speak. And we're going to watch this line of showers and thunderstorms as it starts to move towards the north and east as we go through times of some of the places that could be impacted by some of this rain. That's Fitchburg and Madison. That'll be within about the next 10 to 20 minutes or so. You get out towards Sun Prairie, we could see rain there in about half an hour, and then up towards the Dells, you are seeing rain, and near Portage and places like Poynette, that rain will begin to move in as we go through about the next half hour or so. It's not a heavy rain there, but over the past 30 minutes, I've watched this storm pop up just towards the south and east of Dodgeville. That's approaching Highway 151, so be on the lookout for that across parts of Iowa County as we go through the next couple of minutes. That's got some local heavy rain with it and some lightning potentially coming down with that as well. But this is all moving into an area where we could see some severe weather today. We do have that marginal risk of severe storms. All of these areas highlighted in the green. That's southern Wisconsin, eastern Iowa, and northern Illinois. The main threats that we're concerned about is strong winds and some large hail, mainly between 3 o'clock and 9 o'clock. So this line coming in right now, I don't suspect to be severe, but we could see some severe storms later on. We have a stationary front over the area right now. It's this wave of low pressure over Iowa. That is what I anticipate to really bring in the heavier chances for some showers and thunderstorms later on tonight. In the meantime, though, temperatures are warm. You can actually kind of see where the front is. Some cooler temperatures just to the north, 70s as you work your way towards the south. We're at 75 in Janesville right now, and we do have a strong southerly wind. It's out of the south at 17 miles per hour here in Madison, and that strong wind coming up, and then notice how it turns to the east. This is actually a good indicator of where that stalled out frontal boundary is. But as we go through the rest of the day, that strong south wind takes over. Watch the northwesterly wind starting to come back into the picture. This is actually the cold front as that region of low pressure is going to track right on top of us as we go through tonight and into early tomorrow. So as we time things out, I will want to point out the models actually differ on timing a little bit. So this is HRRR. That's just one of the model names. I just want to point out the timing. Here it is at 6 o'clock with the showers and thunderstorms moving in. Those really blossom between 6 and 8 o'clock, and then they work their way towards the east before calming things down overnight. Our RPM, this is more of the in-house model, is a little bit slower on that. So this is 5 o'clock. The showers just now moving into the west. It brings those in around 8 o'clock. So anywhere between probably 5 and 9 o'clock is when we'll see the heaviest round of showers come on through before things begin to quiet down overnight and into tomorrow. We'll see some cloud cover early on Tuesday, but by Tuesday afternoon, we will see some sunshine returning to the picture, so that's good news. We'll see those temperatures a little cooler, though, only topping out around 60 degrees for those highs on Tuesday. More sunshine for Wednesday, though, getting warmer. And then by next weekend, we'll have more chances for some showers and thunderstorms with temperatures that are still generally staying above average for this time of the year. But we're going to focus on today's chance for storms in the meantime.
We'll keep an eye on things.
Yep.
All right, Chris, thank you. There's more to come on News 3 Now at noon. I'm next. Linda Barch from the Bruce Company is here answering your plant and garden questions. 270-9933, the number to call. We'll get to your questions right after this. Linda Barch from the Bruce Company is here answering your plant and garden questions. 270-9933, the number to call. You brought spring with you.
I do have a nice selection out there right now, and just be a little bit careful. Be ready to move things in or cover them if you plant them up and you get some frost, because that could happen till middle of May. But there's nice selection, and we're getting trees and shrubs and things delivered at the nursery every day.
Everybody's getting antsy. I think so. All right, let's go to the phones, and we will start with Tim in Stoughton. Hi, Tim.
Hi, Mark. Hi, Linda. Thanks for taking my
You're
call.
welcome.
Two quick questions, Linda, for you. Is it a good time to split hostas? And second quick question, is it a good time to plant my grass seed?
It's a very good time to plant your grass seed, and especially if it's in an area where it's underneath trees, this is a good time before they leaf out, because that can be a difficult thing to get established. Hosta, well, at least at my place on the south side, we were just comparing notes. Some hostas are up, some aren't, but mine on the south side, all little points are there so you can know where you can dig without ruining them, and you can divide them, and then they'll open up and not look like they're chopped in half. Good time.
All you have to do is chop them in half.
Mm-hmm.
All
Yeah,
right.
get some of the root with each section. And
Let's go to Lance in Bristol. Hi, Lance.
Well, hello.
Hi, what's your question?
Well, here's the deal. We love birds, and so we put some bird feeders underneath a beautiful spreading ash tree last year. And lots of birds came to it, including a lot of woodpeckers. Well, the downies are okay, and the red bellies are okay, But the hairy woodpecker wants to shred chunks, and he shreds chunks of bark all over it. So the tree now has scars all over the trees where they've just chunked and barked right off of it. And we're wondering, it's budding out and it looks kind of healthy, but can you tell us anything about what that might do to the tree? And
Yes.
if there's a way, should we get injections in that tree or something? I was just wondering.
I think that you may be too late. That ash tree, the description that you're saying where they're breaking off pieces of bark and you get sort of a whitish cast, that is an indication that there's emerald ash borer in that tree, and most likely it's beyond the point where a treatment would be good. But go online, go to the Wisconsin Arborists Association. There's a number of arborists in our area, and they can advise you in terms of treating or not, and then of course the removal, because you don't want to wait for and leave a dead ash tree standing for a long time, because removal becomes very dangerous. So I would get on that right away.
Okay. All right, let's go to, let's see, Dan from Cattsville. Hi, Dan, what's your question?
Hi, I have a question about my rhubarb patch. For the last 3 years, when the rhubarb grows, it starts growing and it just seeds out right away, and I cannot get any rhubarb anymore out of it.
Okay. Well, that partly is to do with the time of the season that we have, because rhubarb, it likes it nice and cool. They don't like these 80-degree days. So hopefully we'll have some weather where it just produces rhubarb before the seed head. If a seed head occurs, cut that out right away, because it's bolting essentially. So hopefully we'll have a good season for you, but get on it right away and pick it when it's young. That's better than letting it get really large.
It tastes better, too.
Yes, it does. Right.
All right, Kate in Madison. Hi, Kate, what's your question?
My question is,
Kate,
when
you
is
there?
the best time? Yeah.
Hi, what's your question?
When is the best time to trim a hedge
A hedge.
back?
Well,
and also, when's the best time to trim a lilac bush?
All right. Your lilac is going to be blooming. I would prune it after it gets done flowering. As far as a hedge, if it's just something that you don't have any flowers involved, you can do that now. This is a great time.
Yeah.
Because then you'll have new growth that will replace what you've just cut off.
And we can do something with the lawn now? Can we put down like
You
crabgrass?
can put down crabgrass preventer, but if you're going to do some seeding in addition, you have to get a special crabicide for that.
And
to
grapes?
Do this together. Grapes, prune them soon, very soon, because things are leafing out quite rapidly.
They are. It's moving fast. All right, if you're on the line, stay there. Linda will talk to you off the air. We'll see you next time. Chris has one final check of the forecast.
We are still watching some of those showers and thunderstorms across the area. Those will be increasing as we do go through the rest of the day. Some of those showers and embedded flashes of thunder are mainly north of Madison as we speak, and those are going to continue to move off towards the north and east. We also do have one heavier shower. This is just to the east of Dodgeville. Watch that one, as that one could be producing lightning as we go through about any moment. But in the meantime, the skies are cloudy. Temperatures are in the 70s, but be on the lookout as showers and storms increase.
All right, that's our time for now. Thanks for watching. We'll see you back here at 4 o'clock. In the meantime, have a great afternoon.